Dude, but good thing you pressed that fucking space bar by accident.
No, true.
That is the only reason why we found out.
Imagine we went the whole way without recording that.
We were just talking about it before I did that. Jordy Melly being here.
Yeah, fuck.
That's right, baby. Let's go.
Welcome back to episode 3 of the Basement Talk.
Let's do it properly. What is up, guys?
What's up, gang? Why don't you smash that like button? Just thunderously clap that like button for us.
Yeah.
Make sure to turn post notifications on and hit that subscribe button below. Welcome back to episode 3 of the Basement Talk. We are out here just talking about our failures as a collective.
Yep.
And as individuals.
Yeah.
And we hope you get a good laugh out of our expense. And also some lessons to be learned if you choose to pursue any type of business in any type of industry you want to.
Bitch.
Pussy ass. But yeah, we're back for episode 3, take number 2.
Podcast number 3, Basement Talk 3. Welcome.
We're going to be talking about our failure as SnowCity Entertainment. Y'all remember what that was?
Yeah, some of you might, if you guys have been keeping up with what we've been up to over the past couple of years. SnowCity Entertainment. Now,
newly transformed into the Basement Network.
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, we started the base fuck.
We started the base fuck.
We started the base fuck when we fucked the base. Respectfully. But no, we started SnowCity Entertainment, or at least the idea of it, when we reconnected at the end of 2018. Motherfucking, we hung out for the first time after high school in October 2018.
Quick backstory, we've been friends since we were in grade 8. We hated each other in grade 7.
Yeah.
We're now 21 years old, so I don't know how many years that is.
We were 13.
So 8 years now.
Well, we've known each other since we were 12.
Yeah. But we didn't like each other.
Yeah, so we've been friends for 9 years.
9 years. 9 years?
8 years.
8 years.
You know what? I graduated with 20-3 math. Quick math. 2 + 2 is 4. Minus 1, that's 3.
Didn't do 30.
Quick math. No, I didn't do it.
We've been best friends since grade 8. We hung out through all of our school life from grade 8 probably until around
grade 11. Yeah, grade 12.
We were friends, but we weren't as close as we were before.
Yeah. Just because we were in different cliques.
Yeah, 2 different groups doing 2 different things. I was a dumbass with a bunch of other people. He was a dumbass with a bunch of other people.
Just a fucking stoner, dude.
And now we're dumbasses together.
Dude.
Again.
Dude, that was on my foot. I felt the bass. You know what?
It's K.
MK.
I hope it's okay.
And then grade 12, we didn't. If we saw each other in the hall, it would be like a hey, how's it going?
What's up, man?
How you been? And then,
and that would be that.
And that's pretty much it. Honestly, I think it was like a year and a half of us not talking after high school.
Yeah.
And then we reconnected again
in October of 2018.
Yeah.
And funny enough, we actually reconnected when both of us decided that, hey, I want to pursue music.
Yeah. That's true.
Because I knew Yeison was big into music, so I hit him up, asked if we wanted to chill, and we ended up just chilling in my car and freestyling.
Yeah.
Puff on a little bit of marijuanas.
Who?
Marijuanas.
Who? What's that?
What are you, a fucking owl?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I remember the good old days.
Yeah, we would freestyle and everything, show each other songs that we want to make, and
that's where the reconnection happened.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until a couple months later, I think it was like or maybe not even a couple months later. It was like late November, early December, where it was like, yo, like, why don't we actually like do something with this? Like, I had released Distant, and you were in the works of recording a song, because you released in January, I think.
I think it was near the very end of December, because I remember it was a couple nights before I released my first song. A couple nights before I went to Red Deer, because I went to Red Deer to celebrate Christmas with my girlfriend's family.
Okay.
And yeah, it was a couple days before the end of December that I released my first song.
Okay, so yeah, okay, early December.
Because he released 2 songs, and that got me motivated to, all right, I'm gonna start putting some shit out there. So I started putting some shit out there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was after I released Heartless.
Yeah.
That's when you released yours. Frick, which one was it? No, it was. Yeah, Release the Change, coming in hot, never gonna stop, making my way to the top.
Hey.
And then yeah, that's when we started the idea of SnowCity Entertainment, or at least it didn't have a title.
It didn't have a title yet. It was just an idea
It
of
was
like, let's start a
an
collective, and let's start a record
label.
Yeah. And we had like these big ideas of making a studio and everything, and the studio's looking real nice since then. Like, it's been upgraded so many times, and it's just like evolved into something like I don't think either of us ever expected it to evolve like the way it did.
Yeah, no. I mean, we also got to thank Daddy Trudeau, you know.
Yeah, hitting up with those curb checks.
Yeah, fuck. I would have sucked that dick for that money. I'm not really.
Give the talk to Mrs. Trudeau. Bro.
Yeah. No, fuck a Miss Trudeau. She ain't paying me. I mean, she could if we make a porno, because if she just paid me for sex, I would just be a prostitute, and that's illegal.
Just never stop the Trudeaus from doing anything.
Just edit the size of my cock afterwards.
Just Photoshop a massive bulge the entire time.
No, it's
like
just
an hour.
It's just gonna be like, it's gonna show her face at the beginning of the porno, and then I'm actually just fucking a Barbie doll, so my schlong looks fucking huge. But anyways, back to Snow City, right? I remember we fucking.
This is why we struggle to get stuff done, because we're both very ADHD, and our minds go elsewhere every 2 seconds.
Why am I talking about fucking a Barbie doll? Honestly,
I don't know. Can't answer that question.
Dude, if I can't answer that, who the fuck can? So I remember we had the idea of getting it started. We were like, fuck, we need to give this a name. We had come up with a couple names.
Mm-hmm.
You had come up with 2. I had come up with 2. I remember you came up with Snow City. I came Snow City Records or Snow City. It was
Snow City Production.
Snow City Production, and I came up with Dome Records.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were like, all right, let's ask our homies separately, and see which one they like best. And then you went to your homies, I went to my homies. We came back, we hung out again maybe like a week after, and then we were like, all right, like, so yeah, the majority liked Snow City on my side. You said the same thing, and then we just stuck with it. Snow City Productions later then turned into Snow City Records, which later turned into Snow City Entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
And then we stuck with that. And
that's after we
didn't go anywhere.
After we created the name and everything, we started coming up with like a logo and all that stuff, and we ended up getting a person in your life.
Shout out to Valentina, for hooking us up with those designs. I wish it could have actually turned into something, because I spent money on that. But yeah, Jesus Christ.
That right there is like a piece of why, honestly, Snow City failed, because we wanted people to come over and have them like record. We came up with like somehow, some way, we come up with like prices. We looked at like professional studios in Calgary, and we basically took those prices and just like cut it in half,
Yeah.
basically. Because the whole idea was like, oh, we want to be competitive, and we want to like make this like, we want this to be the studio that people come to because it's so much cheaper.
Yeah. But the
And
thing
it's
is, like, people actually did come through, and we had people come record.
Yeah.
The only thing is, like, they ended up, not to talk shade, but it was just like, there was people that weren't really trying to get into music, just wanted to do it for fun.
Yeah.
They paid the money, but they just never released it. Maybe they were too insecure about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not to throw shade. I'm sorry if you came here and recorded.
It's
a
not
track,
shade. It's
but-
just honesty. Like,
Yeah. I know. I just don't want them to take it as shade. You know, you can never be too sure nowadays.
No, obviously not. Like, we appreciate people who
Oh,
like,
yeah.
actually like believed in it and came and wanted to record. But
Yeah.
at the same time, it's just like there was so much more that we needed to do before we started doing that.
Yeah.
Our whole mind was shifted to the aspect of like, damn, like we want people coming in now,
Yeah.
and we want them here, and we want to make this money, and we want to blow up, and we want to help people blow up.
Instead of actually building ourselves and building the brand, we were just trying to get straight into it.
Like if we had the setup that we have now, I'm sure things probably would have turned out so much differently. Honestly, that's only one part of it.
And not even just the setup. It's just like the knowledge we have now.
Compared to what we had before, was totally
Like,
different.
back then, because honestly, we only went off of like what we knew in the moment, but we weren't taking time to actually learn shit.
And I remember, like, dude, when we first started recording our music, we would, or if whenever I wanted to release something, I'd come over, record it, quickly edit, and then we'd post it up right away.
Yeah.
We never actually took the time to take time and actually just
bro,
like
fuck.
cut it down. What needs to work, what doesn't work, and what does work, and like
Yeah.
chopping shit up and stuff. Like we didn't do any of that. It was just like,
Yeah.
oh, you messed up, re-record. All right, that's the one. Perfect. A little equalization, and then perfect.
It's like normalize, compress, equalize,
Normalize, compress, equalize,
and then and that was pretty much it.
and
Just
tweak the
release.
volume a little bit, and that's that.
The
And
levels.
then
That was pretty much it. Well,
We
that was mostly because we were on Audacity.
Audacity.
So
Damn,
Audacity,
bro.
you can't really do much
Bro.
on Audacity. The fact that we were actually able to like make some decent shit off of Audacity, props to us though.
Exactly.
Props
I
to
mean,
us, like.
Which is another thing. Like, obviously, if you want to get into something, like whatever you do, you gotta make with what you got.
Exactly.
Because obviously, like when it comes to like investing in a studio and a record label, you need so much money. Like you need an absurd amount of money to be able to afford like actual like professional equipment to make it sound top of the top. And for us to even like be able to still make music now with what we have and make it sound as good as it does it shows that you can do anything with what you got. You don't have to go and splash an obscene amount of cash just to make what you want.
Yeah. Even, dude, I'll even admit this. The setup we have now, the money I've invested into it, I feel like I shouldn't have. Because like you're saying right now, you can make do with what you have. But I was just so concerned about the aesthetic, and I want this and I want it now.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, like, I'm not gonna fucking sell the shit.
Yeah, no.
But honestly, like, I wish I would have learned that lesson a lot earlier, because I would have been able to save my money and invest it into other things that would have been also important to me.
Bitcoin.
But
freaking crash, man.
yeah, Bitcoin did crash a little bit.
Dude, it crashed hard.
You got a little fucking testicle hair there.
Thank you. Well, yeah, so I guess, I don't know, like, we had the whole build-up of SnowCity Entertainment.
We even fucking wrote a 6-page business plan, bro, for SnowCity Entertainment.
It was just like not even a business plan. It was more of just like 6 pages of.
Well, I mean, it was technically, you can consider it a business plan. It just had no, like, all the legal shit.
it wasn't your
was not there.
actual business
Yeah,
plan
no.
that you would see an actual business put into place. But
for some like
for people who were at the time 19 or 20 years old,
Yeah.
trying to make a business plan with no university degree or any university education background whatsoever, it was actually pretty sick. It was a
Yeah.
pretty good business plan. And I remember we even brought it, we showed my mom and her boyfriend, and
Yeah.
like they had full support on it too. And it was
Yeah.
just like, there's just so much that we didn't know that now, like, we've gathered the information to understand now what has to go into it.
yeah.
But like for us to just even be able to like sit down and type that stuff out and get it set as sort of like a guideline was, you don't see a lot of people do
No.
that now.
And the thing is, it would have been even more fresh if we would have done what was said on the business plan.
And that's, you see, that's another part of the failure.
There was just no execution whatsoever. Because remember when you were in that one semester of university
Yeah,
in in Mount Royal,
yeah.
and your homie, what's his name? I forgot.
Hassan?
Yeah, Hassan. And then we were even having meetings at MRU to start a radio show.
Yeah.
And we were literally so close we could taste it. And last second we just bailed.
Like it just fell apart.
Yeah. Well, that was because we felt we weren't ready. We were scared to bite the bullet.
It was like Hassan was all ready for it. Like he wanted to so bad, but it was just like when it came down to talking about like the expenses to going and getting everything like registered and doing that stuff, it was like, damn. Like for me at least, it was
Really?
like, damn.
Cuz like
So
what I remember, like, it wasn't even the expenses, cuz honestly we could have just like invested into it, cuz the idea was good. We both loved the idea. But I feel like we felt like it was too much too soon. And at the same time there was a lot of insecurity behind it too, cuz then it's like that's a whole ass responsibility.
because like we wanted to go into that so bad, yet we couldn't even sit down in front of the camera and make a simple YouTube video.
Yeah.
Like we'd just freeze up in front of the camera. So it was like, damn, how am I gonna go onto the radio and talk to possibly hundreds of people
Yeah.
about whatever when I can't even sit for like half an hour in front of a camera and talk?
Literally.
You know, it was so much.
We sat in front of a camera for 2 hours. I remember this. 2 straight hours trying to make content in front of a camera, frozen up, not even being able to have like a proper conversation.
And like turning into a completely different person.
Yeah.
Like just trying to switch up like your persona, not like, for me at least, like I wasn't able to be myself in front of the camera.
No, me neither.
I would try way too hard to like make it entertaining and make myself seem like this entertaining person. Like, ooh, watch me, you know, like
Yeah,
I
it's
wanted
like,
to get that viewership.
What is up, guys? It's your boy Yeison and Nick here.
Thunderclap the like button.
Fuck yeah! In today's episode, we're gonna talk none of that bullshit. We tried to do some dumb shit like that in that bit.
And it's like now, like obviously like this kind of stuff helps you grow as a person. So now it's so much like easier for even like the first episode of the podcast. I'm sure everybody could tell like, all right, these guys are a little bit uncomfortable in front of the camera, but at least we sat down and got it done.
Yeah.
And with that, it helped us sort of just like be more comfortable in front of the camera and able to
Yeah.
actually be ourselves in front of the camera. Instead of
100%.
trying to like make everything so funny and make everything so entertaining, you know?
Yeah. I really don't understand where my fear came from, because I started a YouTube channel.
You had made like 3 videos already.
It was 2 videos.
2 videos.
And then the only reason this should be probably for a different conversation, but whatever. It was funny because I had released two videos. It was like I posted the first one, and then a week later I posted the next one.
What was your channel?
It's the official MoLo altogether, I think. Yeah, so I released these 2 videos 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago. And then I remember my dumbass said in the last one that I posted was like, all right, I'm probably I'm gonna be posting like once a week, so you guys stay tuned. A week passed, and then I was like, bro, I'm all cap. A week
So
passed.
that was a fucking lie.
So that was all bullshit. And then another week passed, and I'm like, shit, okay, like, if I post now, you know, it's better than nothing. But at the same time, I felt like I'd already failed myself. So then I was like, it's just, there's no point of me continuing on with this, which was super dumb on my part. But I guess that was like probably what got me to fear YouTube altogether.
You know what? That is exactly the same thing that happened to me with my music. I was on a roll with releasing songs and putting them out there, and then I can't remember what it was that just like made me stop making music and writing. That just kind of like, I remember we fell out like a year and a little bit ago.
Yeah, some personal shit.
We were just kind of going through our own like personal things, just kind of like dealing with our own demons, I suppose.
Yeah.
And just kind of like trying to fight through that shit. It just kind of like made me stop releasing music for so long. I got to the point where I was like questioning whether I wanted to do this anymore or not. I was like, damn, like, what's the point of me releasing music now that I haven't even released in over a year? Like,
Yeah.
why would I release now? Like, it's just gonna make me look like a fool. But that's another thing with this, is like, that also helped me grow, is like, even if I haven't posted in so long, I shouldn't let that stop me from continuing to release stuff just because I haven't released in a long time. Like, yes, it looks horrible on my part that I would stop releasing and just go away for so long and just like
vanish to the Netherlands.
Literally deleting social media and just like not having freaking any contact with anybody, letting anybody know whether I'm doing this or not.
Yeah.
It just automatically, I felt like people already decided for themselves, like, oh yeah, this kid's done. Like, he wanted this so bad, but like, he's just a poser. Like, he's not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
So that was a piece of like what stopped me from making my music.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like in relation to you stopping your YouTube videos, you know, just like that lengthy time of. There's also the fear of commitment as well. I do have a big commitment fear sometimes.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, it's the thing with commitment is, it's an extra responsibility that you have to tend to, right?
and with this stuff, you have to be committed.
Exactly. And the thing is, like, we're not in high school anymore, you know? Our responsibilities in high school were just get good grades. I would skip class and just smoke weed, and I barely even graduated. But that's besides the fact. But, you know, in high school, like, that's generally, like, your obligation, your responsibility, and, you know, cleaning. Like, whenever your parents tell you to clean, you fucking clean and whatever. Now it's like, okay, now you got bills to pay. Now you got, at least me, I got rent to pay. I gotta clean the house. Like, there's so many responsibilities. I gotta tend to my girlfriend. I gotta tend to my homies when I can. And then it's like all this shit, like, you know, music, our YouTube. It's like when it starts adding up, and it does become overwhelming, only when your mental health isn't in check. Exactly. And you're not focusing on yourself and your well-being.
That's another thing. Like with this kind of stuff, you really have to like make sure that your mindset and your mental health is clear of all negative, any negativity. It just needs to be clear. Like, you need to have your mindset sorted out so that it is specifically set on what you want to achieve and what you want to obtain in whatever you're doing. Because the moment that you put all those negative thoughts aside, they're just going to pile and pile and pile up to the point where it'll affect what you're doing, and then it could make you stop doing what you're doing.
Literally.
So like, in order to achieve success in pretty much anything that you do, you seriously have to take care of yourself. Like, you actually got to care for yourself.
Yeah. Like last year I didn't release anything. Last year I didn't release anything. Music wise, I released my album in January. That was it. But after that, I guess like I had gotten into a relationship and I didn't really tend to anything else. Like my life just went to a complete pause. And I wasn't really thinking about myself or anything. And it was thinking about it now, it was kind of toxic. And I wasn't even aware of it until all the shit went down earlier last year. And then the whole Moses thing, all of that just kind of became motivation for me to just say, okay, like I got to focus on myself. At the end of the day, you only got yourself, right? Like you can have your friends, you can have your family, you can have, your partner, but it's maybe your girlfriend leaves you or your boyfriend leaves you if you're gay.
I'm not gay, by the way. He points at me as if I got a boyfriend. Like,
you don't have a boyfriend?
Man, fuck all of you.
Your family, they unfortunately they start passing. Like your parents, they pass, or you just they got way too many responsibilities in their hands, so you just deal with it yourself, right? At the end of the day, you can say people are there to help you, but you can only rely on yourself.
When it comes down to it, when I think about it now, a lot of like a massive part of the reason why SCE failed so much, SnowCity Entertainment, was the fact that like we were just not grown up yet. Like we were on the road to actually growing up, and
we were on the right track
and actually becoming like young adults, but still the mental side of things just it wasn't fully there. It was a lot like still very emotional, young adolescents,
ignorant too,
ignorant to everything, to like the real world and how everything operates and stuff like that. Still didn't fully develop our beliefs and our values on a lot of things, which obviously still now like those are still developing, but like we have more of a clear view on that, which helps us now with what we want to achieve with the Basement Network, because we have this view and now we know what we have to do to get to the summit of that. And it's just like
I'll make you submit. I'm sorry. I'm stupid. I'm stupid.
Now that we're a little bit older and we're a lot more grown up than what we were 2 years ago and
mentally,
even a year ago.
Yeah,
mentally, definitely mentally. I don't know, it just makes things a lot more easier to actually do and achieve for us, because now we're able to sit down. We've been consistent with the YouTube, we've been consistent with our vlogs and our podcasts. It's just like,
and all the projects we have it behind the scenes, like we've actually been putting mad work, and it's nice, it's refreshing to see, because looking back to Snow City, it was like we had all of these plans, but there was no work towards it. It was just the only work we put in were the ideas, but not like, okay, we have this idea, how is it going to play out, or what is the full, like what are all the specs of that idea?
It's just like, so like we just overwhelmed ourselves. I feel a lot of that was like we overwhelmed ourselves coming up with all these different ideas that were like genuinely really good ideas.
Definitely.
And we just wanted to do it all at once, and we just overwhelmed ourselves, and we ended up not doing any of it.
No.
Whereas now with the Basement Network, we know we have our ideas that we've recycled from the SnowCity Entertainment.
Hell yeah, we're saving the turtles.
But like we've actually sat down and we've understood the fact that this stuff has to be done one by one, and you just got to take it one step at a time instead of trying to take 5 steps forward.
5 steps forward and 10 steps back.
Literally.
That's what we were doing.
So,
yeah.
Don't say it.
Say it.
Underage sex. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's cover that. Cover that man up.
Just kidding. I don't like underage sex. I only liked underage sex
when I was underage.
Damn, you're child porno.
Hey, man. getting charged with child pornography at the age of 14.
Look, I'm not a psychologist.
I'm not a doctor.
Look, I'm not a therapist.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Thank you. And next episode, we are going to talk about
How big my dick is.
So that's going to be a short one.
It's big.
It's just like, yeah, that's all you see in the fucking...
Yeah.
When you said you weren't.
We weren't.
Why did
we
you
weren't working together for a little bit. Part of it, one, we fell out. We didn't really fall out, but we had a bit of like. It was honestly, when I think about it, a lot of it was like me. I wasn't fully grown up, and he sort of was like a little bit more ahead in that aspect of things, where he was actually able to. He was able to call me out on my shit, and like tell me like, look, like. You're not going to do this if you don't actually like put in the work, and like you need to ask for help if you need help. And I had too much pride.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, like I want to learn how to do this by myself as well, so that I don't just have to rely on someone.
Yeah.
Where it was like,
But then I would also tell him like, bro, like I will take time and like teach you, but you have to be willing. Like I'm not going to chase you around and be like, yo, like come here, let me teach you, you know?
Yeah.
And it kind of, I don't know, it was like, I guess for me too, like I had I guess like I had quite a big ego as well, because I knew where he was coming from, but at the same time I was just like I would just be like, bro, like come on, you know, like just fucking do it. And like I know there would be times where I'd like give you some advice and shit, but I knew there were other times where I would kind of be like a little grumpy about it and kind of not really lash out, but be a little more raw and not really think about because I'm the type of person, I don't think before I speak. Lately I've been better at like reading the vibe in the room and moving my words to not try to offend people. When I know it's a chill vibe, fuck it, like I don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
But before, like I had zero filter. So whatever was in my head, but it would just come out. And that was a big thing as well that would like piss Nick off, because there would be some things that I would say that were a little bit too aggressive, I would say.
yeah,
That's
You suck basically.
nothing like that.
Not like at you or just the way it came out.
Just like I'd say like the way it came out, it just kind of seemed sort of like it felt like I was being attacked.
Yeah.
Which it's a stupid thought to have. Like again, that comes with just like growing up and understanding that like you can either have friends who don't call you out for your shit and are just complete yes men, or you can deal with the fact that you have a really good friend who will literally tell you what is wrong with whatever you're doing. But at the same time, they also need to like, if they're gonna call you out, this is not any like thing with you. Which is like, if you're gonna call someone out and do it, then you should also
Don't be a fucking dick.
just like show them as well. Like don't just say you're doing this wrong. Like also tell them like this is what you can do if you want to fix it, right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes, like for me, sometimes I don't know what I can do to fix whatever I'm doing wrong. So I'll be lost. I'm like, all right.
Like
Well,
you just called out and I don't even know how to fix it.
yeah, it's like, well, what the fuck do I do? How do I fix this now? You know?
Yeah.
So it's just like,
Yeah. And I feel like that was honestly, like, I'll even say it, like that was me sometimes. Because sometimes there would be times where I would call him out and I would genuinely be like, bro, like you could try this or this. But then there were also times where I would be kind of just like dealing with a lot of shit, and then I would be trying to give him advice, but instead of giving him advice, I would just be calling him out on his shit, and then
leave it at that.
and then leave it there. So that's where I went wrong as well.
There's always two sides to every story, but like the other thing that's really good about that though is that like we both grew up and we were both able to actually understand like, okay, like we truly want this to work,
Yeah.
So we both got to work on
Yeah.
calling each other out and also helping each other with it.
Yeah, like,
You know, because there's ways you can do that. There's ways you can call your friends out and help them out.
mhm.
It's just a matter of how you say it to them, because everybody's different, right? Some
Yeah.
people will react differently. Like for me,
Yeah.
I get pissed off pretty easily. Everybody
Yeah.
knows that.
Yeah.
It's just a
Yeah.
different way of like going about things and talking to people in a different way.
Exactly. And I mean, we did hit each other up. I think it was like what, almost 6 months.
Yeah.
That was almost about 6 months. And after that, I forget who hit up who at this point, but one of us hit each other up, and then I think it was, I don't remember. I don't remember how it was, but then we both ended up apologizing to each other, and then we just started again. But this time, in the moment when we started hanging out again, it was kind of like we were both being a little more careful about it, a little self-conscious of like, maybe this might happen again, kind of scared of it happening
Yeah.
again, right? Did you feel that way? Because I felt that way.
No, of course. Like when you fall out with someone in a way that we did, obviously it's just like, okay, like, yeah, we apologize and everything, but now it's like, actually, if we're gonna do this, we gotta show proof to each other that like we're gonna fix our problems and we're
Yeah,
gonna
bro.
continue to do this, right? So there was that fear of just like,
Any type of relationship is the same, bro. Having a friend is the same thing as having a girlfriend, bro. If you piss him off, I'm sorry. Buy him a fucking chocolate bar
Put
or
it in the wrong
something.
hole, you know, it's kind of hard to.
Well, I mean, if you put it in the wrong hole with your partner, you just apologize, let them kind of like go through the pain, and then stick it back in the right hole. With your homie, you stick it in the wrong hole,
You're in a relationship now.
and you just keep going.
you best pull out.
You better not pull out.
Keep that shit in. Again, I don't have a boyfriend.
Look, okay. All I'm gonna say is that you're stupid.
Oh fuck! It's 9 plus 10.
21.
Good job.
Thank you very
Good
much.
job.
And that is the end. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
The biggest bullshit guys you've ever seen.
Oh, I wish we could keep that in.
No, we're keeping that in. You know why? Because we're the biggest bullshit guys. Fuck you, bloody. Fuck you, bloody. And fuck you, bloody. And that's staying in.
So I guess like one, if you want to get into this kind of stuff, one, you have to, if you're on the outside looking at someone doing this, one, you have to, especially if you're a supporter of these people and like you're actually their friend, you have to actually be their friend and support them, and actually like, I don't mean to say like advertise, but like you should do your best to support and like listen or watch or something like that. Like
Yeah.
if you want to see people succeed, you got to do your part to make them succeed. I feel like there's a lot of people out there who just like don't want people to succeed, and I don't understand why. It's like, why wouldn't you want someone else to succeed? And like,
especially if there's somebody you care about, someone close to you. It should be kind of not saying it should be a priority, but you know, like, I don't know, it doesn't really take much to support a friend that's getting into this type of stuff. Doesn't even have to be entertainment. You could be part of any type of industry, and you got a friend that's in it. Like, why aren't you supporting them? Maybe like they got a new clothing line. You could like be like, hey, my friend just started this new clothing line. Y'all should go check out their page. Or, yo, my homie just released a new song. You should go check it out and see what you think. Or, you know, the Basement Network just posted their new podcast on June 3rd. You guys should check that out, you know?
and it's just like, if you're actually close with them, there's a good chance that you will get into this kind of a thing, whatever they're doing. And there's also a good chance that those people will help you get into that and give you the connections that they have and even bring you with them. Like,
Yeah,
you can grow.
love.
You can grow
It's
with
all
people,
love.
and you can turn it into such a collective. There's so many individuals out there, but there's just not enough like collectives. And it's just like, I don't know, there's just so much diversity in like all these different industries, and there's so much room for so many people. Like there's an infinite amount of room.
Yeah.
There's never it's never too crowded. Like you can always do something of your own. There's always originality. So it's like if you want to get into something, set your judgment aside, get your mental set straight, get your mindset right, and pursue it. And also support people along the way that are also doing whatever you're doing or doing something else, because you can develop those connections. You can develop partnerships with so many people to just further boost your chances of succeeding in whatever you're doing. Like, just honestly, to generalize it, just set your judgment aside and set your ego aside and set your pride aside, because that stuff is going to get damaged. If you hold on to your ego and you hold on to your pride, it will get damaged in this kind of an industry, specifically entertainment. You will get torn apart. You will get exposed for anything. And people will try to cancel you. People will try to break you down. People will try to ruin whatever you're doing, which is stupid. Yeah. Like, again, I'll ask the question again. Why would anybody want to do that? It seems like there's nothing to gain from that. All you're doing is destroying someone's life.
Yeah, no, cancel culture is fucking stupid when it comes to that kind of stuff. It's like, if you don't like the content, just move away, move past it. There's people that enjoy it. You just go fuck yourself. No, I'm just kidding. Just go fuck off and watch or listen to whatever pleases you. Don't try to cancel somebody else's hustle.
Because there's
complete that guy. Biggest bullshit guy.
You do not like that guy.
That guy can go, bloody bastard bitch mother.
Not only are you damaging like the people who are actually doing it, but you're also like hurting other people, because there's other people who might be into that, who are into that.
Yeah.
So not only are you taking away from the people who are doing it, you're ruining their lives, you're also taking away content from other people.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make any sense to me. You got to interlock and love everyone.
And you say you ain't gay.
I ain't got a boyfriend.
Cap. That's Captain Crunch right there.
Get a load of this guy. Fucking bastard right here.
Considering you, biggest bullshit guy. I'm just kidding. I just wanted to say that.
A question for you though, actually, like,
okay,
what would you say is your biggest takeaway since getting into this kind of work and actually pursuing what you want to do? What's your biggest takeaway that you think you've gathered from
my biggest takeaway
the last 2 years?
Yeah, no, the biggest takeaway for me, at least, has been to not underestimate myself. Because getting into this type of stuff has kind of rearranged my brain to I've been proving to myself that I can do whatever I set my mind to. And it's so fucking cliche, but I've always said the cliches are cliches for a reason. Like, they're fucking facts. Like cliches in relationships, why do they exist? Because they're real, they're true. All of this motivational bullshit cliche stuff, I can't even say it's bullshit, because it's all facts.
And literally you put it to practice and it works.
Yeah. It's the biggest thing has just been, you can do what you want to do. And I've seen myself grow over the past couple years. I've had like little clips of myself throughout the years, and I've seen how much I have changed as a person. And all I can say is that I wouldn't be the person that I am today if it weren't for any of this. I would be the biggest bullshit guy if I wasn't, like, but no, no, jokes aside, like, I would actually be such a fucking different person. I would probably still be an addict if I didn't get into this shit, because this got me to focus up. Well, not just this, but this was a big reason why. And it's like, it's one of my biggest, it's the shit that I love to do. I don't even want to go to university, because it's like, none of that is going to teach me to do any of this shit. I work on, we work on this shit like every week, maybe not every day, but we work on this shit on a consistent basis.
We're consistent with it. That's all you can ask for in anything that you're doing. You got to remain consistent.
Straight up.
That's one of the biggest keys that you could take away from pursuing anything, is to just be consistent with it.
Yeah.
And see, that's another thing with Snow City that we failed to do a little bit. There was consistency. Like, we had the Instagram page. How often do we upload on that page?
We didn't upload. I think there were 3 posts on there in the amount of time that Snow City was a thing. And dude, there was nothing to post because we weren't doing anything. That was like the thing. We would have had a consistency on Instagram if we would have started YouTube, or if we actually started, like, I don't know what else.
Anything.
Like, anything,
releasing
literally
beats,
anything,
releasing
straight up.
music, posting videos, doing podcasts.
Yeah, like little clips, like, but nothing was done. And honestly, I don't even care about it.
Well, you
'Cause,
can't
like,
you can't hang on to things like that
hell
because
no.
it'll only bring your mindset down.
No, bro, like,
You live and
it's-
you learn.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm actually grateful for that whole experience of Snow City Entertainment, because at the end of the day, it's brought us here today. And we're going to be growing something so much bigger than Snow City ever would have been able to be.
Seriously, with the failure that came with Snow City, brought a whole just new refresh, a whole fresh start on wanting to pursue this. It brought us the Basement Network, and it brought us a whole new perspective on the whole industry and entertainment in itself. It just totally it just made our minds take another 180 and just develop even more growth in our own personal character.
Yeah.
And seriously, like,
we weren't ready for Snow City.
Snow City wasn't ready for us. Nah, that's
Nah,
cap.
it was ready because it was ripe.
It was there.
That bitch was ripe.
All we needed to do was grab it.
Yeah,
And we couldn't.
just fucking. But we didn't. But, you know,
Honestly,
it is
Like-
it is.
and another thing with the Basement Network that I really would like to do, I really would love to connect with everybody or anybody who watches this. I'd love to have little one-on-one chats. Either of us were
Yeah.
I think that we're both really good at just talking to people and just helping people out is something that I would love to do. If you ever want to get into this kind of a work or this kind of an industry, it'd be sick to have just one-on-one conversations with whatever you're struggling with. Or if you need help with something, just hit us up. We'd love to just chat and interact with you and possibly help you through tougher times. Whether it's just watching us or talking to us, it'd be sick to just interact with any one of the viewers.
Yeah, honestly.
Or all of the viewers, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm never there's a lot of people, and I'm sure that it gets harder once you get bigger to be able to interact with a lot of people because they hit you up so constantly.
Yeah.
But right now with just starting out, it'd be sick to just talk, even get tips from you guys, or if you want tips from us on what you can do to get started or to continue growing. It doesn't
Dude,
matter.
You know what? We should just, now that you're on that, I think we touched this vaguely, not in any of the videos we posted, but just in general, and when we've talked about ideas, we can literally do that on Twitch. We can schedule Twitch nights, and just have people come out and just interact with us and see what's good. Doesn't even have to be anything specific. We can just get on Twitch and let the Twitch take us, and just interact with the people.
Seriously.
And just yo, what y'all bitch ass pussies doing tonight? Exactly like that.
No, but if you guys
Yeah, no, that's a good idea.
if you guys
That'd
have
be dope.
any questions whatsoever, our Instagram handles. I mean, a lot of you who view us probably already follow us and stuff, so it's
Yeah.
you can always DM us and ask questions or leave it in the comments or whatever. Just ask us anything and we'll literally answer it. We are not shy to answer any question you have to ask.
Exactly.
And again, we'd love to help. That's one of
We
the
would,
main reasons that
yeah.
I'm in this, and I'm pretty sure that Jason is in this, is that we want to be able to help and we want to be able to grow the community in Calgary, and we want to actually make Calgary a more known city and put it on the map for
Yeah.
frickin' forever.
Yeah, because every time I look at the globe, I can never find Calgary on there, and it
Hmm.
pisses me off. So
We'll take over the world. One by one.
yeah, but no, like, hit us up on our Instagram, thebasement.network, and just tell us what y'all want to watch. Tell us, give us ideas, or maybe tell us what we can do better in. Honestly, we're here to listen to all of it, and I don't know if you guys got questions or if y'all just want to chat, just hit us up, man. We're not scary, man. We love you, man.
We really do love you.
Hey,
Man.
you guys got a nice cock.
It's true. I've seen them all.
They're really nice.
Yeah, your FBI agents send me the videos. Y'all nasty. Y'all nasty.
I know what you be doing late night.
That shit's nasty. I don't want to see that fucking schlong 3 a.m. in the morning.
Schmeat.
Every time you watch a video,
Nice to schmeat you.
I get
1,
2.
3, 4, 5. No, but seriously, set your judgment aside. Get your mental straight. Focus on yourself. Take care of yourself. And just literally pursue your dream. Because
Yeah, stop being a bitch.
the only the only thing
Stop
that's
being a fucking pussy.
the only thing that's stopping you from doing whatever you want is literally yourself.
You. Biggest bullshit guy.
Bunch of bullshit guys. But yeah, like honestly, I thought like this has been
No, just lie to me.
I bet. So this has been a shitty episode. Fucking worst episode we've ever recorded.
Yeah.
I actually hate doing this, and it's not my passion.
I hate you.
Yeah, I'm doing
I
this
hate you
against
too.
my will. Jordy Millie actually has a gun pointed at us.
So
Yeah, ever seen a Mormon hold a gun? Jordy Millie,
Jordy Millen.
Jordy Millie, folks.
But I really enjoyed this podcast. I really enjoyed this episode, and if there's ever a time now, like I would love to connect with whoever's viewing this. I'd just love to talk and chat.
Yeah, and if nobody's watching this, then just go fuck ourselves. It's
Pretty
fine.
much.
It's fine. We didn't ask.
But jokes aside, it was actually a really good episode. I hope you guys got a lot from this. Like we failed with SnowCity Entertainment, and I'm sure there's gonna be failures in the future. It's just about getting over those. Don't let it hit you too hard in the ego, because there's only room for growth and there's only room for learning from your failures. You can either sit and choose to dwell on it, or you can choose to look at it from a perspective of learning and then grow from it. So like literally, if you fail at anything, just whatever, like you're gonna grow from it. Just learn.
If you fail at everything, then you
should
probably just
quit.
suck.
Yeah, you're an awful person.
Yeah.
And you know nothing about life, and you're useless. Fucking useless. Stop failing at everything, you fucking pussy.
Get a fucking life. But honestly, like it was nice to like reminisce back on like the whole thing.
It actually makes me feel a little bit like, it makes me feel good.
Yeah, no, because like we've talked about Snow City just in like bits, just like little memories here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, like sitting down and reminiscing about all of it, like the past
The good, the bad, the
2
ugly.
years, like all of it. We mostly talk trash about it, but we're looking at the light in the tunnel of the whole thing.
But we're also talking about like, we're talking about the bad, but we're also learning, like we're talking about like what we've learned from that bad. Like
exactly.
there's a lesson to be learned from every single negative thing that's happened with Snow City to now. Like,
and that applies to not just Snow City, but just your life in general.
not just business, but life.
Yeah, you fail at something, or you fuck up somehow. If you are not taking the time to sit down and learn from it, then you gotta rethink your life.
Reevaluate.
Yeah, Cause you gotta be learning from that shit. That if you don't learn from your mistakes, you're gonna make that mistake again. And you're just gonna keep going back to it and going back to it.
Just a vicious
So
circle.
it's like you're taking one step forward, two steps back. We're trying to take one step forward, no steps back, and then the occasional, one step back every now and then, because life's just a bitch.
You never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, never know when he's gonna come out of the closet.
But yeah, that's
See, that's why I think you're gay, bro. Talking about butts. Fucking
alright. They got
faggot.
me red-handed. But yeah, this was a really good episode.
Yeah,
This
we
is
hope
the
you guys enjoyed.
third episode of Basement Talk.
Third.
Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you didn't listen to the full thing through, well, then your attention span is shit, and you should probably fix that.
Yeah. Like, if you really can't sit down and listen to a fucking podcast, you fucking piece of shit, then you know what? Whatever, dude. It's fucking cool,
Whatever,
bro.
dude.
Whatever, dude.
Whatever there, bud. Yeah, seriously, thank you guys for watching. If you sat through the full thing, props to you. If you didn't, thanks for watching a part of it.
Well, no, we could talk shit about them because they didn't watch the whole thing through.
They didn't watch the whole
So
thing.
fuck you. Fuck your mama. Fuck your daddy. You probably ain't even got one. Fuck your sister, your brother, your grandma, your granddaddy.
Except your dog. Your
Your
dog is
daughter and your son. Your partner, if you're gay or not, or whatever gender
nice.
you.
Your aunts, your uncles, your cousins,
Fuck all of them. We're not in fucking.
your whole family.
We're not in Kansas, so don't literally fuck them.
Alabama.
But no. We're so fucking rude. But yeah, no, thank you guys for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button, the little bell at wherever the fuck it is.
Post notifications on, or else you are the biggest bullshit guy I have ever seen.
Hawk.
But yeah.
Yeah. It took the third fucking podcast for me to get that shit right.
Deadly. Deadly. Y'all better memorize that shit. What do I? Is it the square?
Yeah.